So I try to tell you silence not a game. I texted and called you, but still you won't explain. I really need you to love me with your strength and light. Even a week will do, you should know it feels so right. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, oh, oh. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. Never felt this way about anyone before. Well, maybe that's not true, there were two or three more, but no one would sign this thing, so it's all now up to you. It's not gonna hurt at all, just a solid week or two. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, oh, oh. Having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. If you sign it, I will take the pills today. Twin flames, we'll get doused and go away. Let me in, I wanna be one of your tribe. You and me have a real friend, love of vibe. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. If you sign it, I will take the pills today. Twin flames, we'll get doused and go away. Let me in, I wanna be one of your tribe. You and me have a real friend, love of vibe. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh. There are no ladies who can say they are this tight. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, having the babies, if I don't hear back from you tonight. Oh, oh, oh.
Well, welcome back to my channel, everybody. I keep trying to get away from this story. I keep trying to get out, but they keep pulling me back in. And there just is no getting away from it. It is what it is. And we have to give you the updates because the updates are so crazy. In the Laura Owens v. Eckert case, you're not going to believe it. And coming to the program to help me do this is IT Goatee Brad. How are you, Brad?
I'm doing okay. How are you guys?
I am good. How's your brining going? Are you brining?
I am getting the brine going for the turkey, and it's all in the giant stock pot, and it takes forever to heat up. So,
all right. Well, everybody's busy with their Thanksgiving plans. I have an announcement to make. I've pulled a Megan, a medium smart Megan. I got everybody all riled up about Tuesday with Tug tonight. And then I was like talking to my husband last night, and he's like, yeah, make sure that you have everybody ready to go when I get home from work tomorrow. And I'm like, wait, what?
Where are we going?
I knew we were traveling, but I thought we were leaving on Wednesday. And
Whoops.
that's what and so I was going to have my last stream Tuesday tonight. But no, we're getting on the road tonight. So I cannot stream tonight. Tug will be streaming on his own, and I will not be doing that and I'm so disappointed. I'm a little disappointed. I had big plans for tonight, but that's okay. That would be me. This will be my last stream before the holiday weekend and everything. I'll be back by next week. Probably Tuesday is when I will be streaming again. So it'll be next Tuesday. We'll have Tuesday with Tug. So I do apologize for all that. But you know how I am. I can't keep up with my own schedule. And that's just what it is. So anyway, we are going to read today a bar complaint we would never have known about unless David Gingras had told us that it existed. Jingy. There's many blessings that God is giving us this year, and I'm choosing to be thankful for David Gingras, for Jingy, because he is like Jeremy Hales, content Santa, and the
gift that keeps on giving.
He is the gift that keeps on giving. And, listen, I got kind of bored with this case for a while, and then I got upset because he started with his nonsense on YouTube. But we got to follow where the story goes, and I just keep getting pulled back into this. And a bar complaint from a judge, oh, it's huge. It's just, you don't see this very often, do you? I mean, I don't think I've ever read one, to tell you the truth. Never. Fake Laura Owens, thanks to the 5. I knew it. You can't quit me. Nobody can. I swallow and do, and I don't know what that says. Nobody quits this. I don't think I want to know. It's okay. I don't think I want to know. Patrick, thanks for the 10 for the crazy morning hair. Have a happy Thanksgiving. You too. I hope you guys are all getting ready for your $58 Thanksgiving for 10 people. That's what NBC says it's going to cost you. Only $58 to feed 10 people for Thanksgiving dinner. I guess, I don't know if you'll be eating cardboard with a side of mashed potatoes or what, but $58, guys. $58. That's what the news says.
Plenty of Amazon cardboard to go around, so.
True. And Seagirl765, thanks for becoming a YouTube member. Welcome to the Fox Den. It's weird in here. That's what the Fox says, if you didn't already know. RJ Wright, thanks for the 2. Your hair looks fabulous. So beautiful. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Okay. We are going to look at the bar complaint that David Jingy has released to us. For whatever reason, he thought that was a good idea. And I'm grateful that he did, because there are rules about when bar complaints can or if they can be released. And there was a possibility that this one would never have come to public light if he hadn't gone and spilled the beans. So let's bring this up, shall we? Let me open this up. If you are new here and you are not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 50,000, and YouTube is playing games with me. And they just deleted like 300 of you overnight a week ago. And I'm sure if you were subscribed, you might be unsubscribed. So make sure you check to make sure you're subscribed, and hit that subscribe button and the like button for the algorithm. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Superior Court of Arizona in Maricopa County, Judge Julie Mata, regarding David Jingy, to whom it may concern. This case, Owens v. Eckerd, was heard on June 10th, 2024. The case has substantial media and social media attention. At the case's inception, both parties were not represented. Petitioner Laura Owens retained several attorneys during the litigation, but the case was ultimately tried by Mr. Jingy. Respondent Clayton Eckerd was represented by Greg Woodnick. Where's my button?
She lied.
Due to the media attention and concerns expressed by petitioner, measures were taken to provide safety to all participants, freedom of the press, and transparency prior to the hearing. Petitioner's request for court security escort from counsel's car to the court. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage is our favorite Dave Neal.
Happy holidays. How are you?
Are you
Good.
traveling?
How are you, Dave?
Are you in your Tesla?
Yeah, I'm hitting the car wash. I thought I'd stop by and say hi.
Woo.
Excellent. Well, we are reading this. Are you finally home after all your traveling? Are you spending Thanksgiving at home?
I'm in Nashville. Yeah, no, I'll be in Kentucky for Thanksgiving actually.
Excellent. Well, here we go. We just got started. You're just in time.
How'd you get a copy of this?
I don't know.
It's on the wiki.
I don't know. It's just I think David might have given it up. I mean, or people took good screenshots from his YouTube that he read it. But here we go. Petitioner's request for a court security escort from counsel's car into the courtroom while in the hearing and at the conclusion of the hearing was granted, along with measures to ensure any parties with an active order of protection, OOP, or injunction against harassment were kept the appropriate distance from each other. Prior to the trial commencement, court security in Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, MCSO, advised the court that counsel for the petitioner called 911 from the parking lot of the Northeast facility, attempting to have Michael Maricini arrested for violation of an OOP that petitioner had renewed in California. With court security and MCSO present, the court is unsure why 911 would be necessary. Law enforcement was already present. Yeah, we had the same question, the exact same question. There was even a bomb squad there with bomb-sniffing dogs. It was a little intimidating for those of us pulling into the parking lot. And, I was like, what's with the dogs? Like, what are they expecting? So crazy.
The interesting thing is that she doesn't even mention that there were requests from the defendant to get him removed, and the court had said that all measures will be taken in order to ensure the safety of participants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then David, I pulled up a transcript, by the way, of his explanation of this bar complaint when he read it, and I put it into AI, and I had it give me a summary. And he claims that the judge never asked the judge for security, that he contacted court security directly. Well, guess what happens when you contact court security with special requests for extra security? Guess what they do?
Go to the judge to ask.
They go to that judge, and they look at Dave's in look at this. It's like a disco. You got the lights going and that was fun. There was like rainbow lights.
I paid $20 for this monthly membership. Try to go twice a day.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, fuck the environment. I'm here to wash my car.
That's the only way to get your money's worth out of those car wash memberships.
It's the only quiet time I get is going through that. And now it's spoiled by Gingras. I mean, dude, I would have loved for Laura. I would have loved a trial where no one shows up and she walks in alone. But so for her, in her delusional mind, she thinks everyone's there because she's important and it has nothing to do with her. Like, she's a nobody. She doesn't exist without fabricating all these lies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people were there to show their support for the victims. They were there for Clayton and for Mike and for Greg. And for you, Dave. They were there to see you in the media van and the scones. They came for the scones, and for Bruce from Oregon and the media van. I mean, honestly, there were more people, and I have pictures of this. I have evidence of this. When Laura and David came to the parking lot, nobody approached them. Everybody was gathered around the media van and the catering table, like chowing down on scones and salad, and meeting Reality Steve and meeting you and having just a blast. No one was even paying attention to them.
Well, that's the difference between grassroots and AstroTurf. That's the difference between growing a real audience and trying to buy one at Home Depot. Because all this case happens because she thinks, how can I turn this into a victimhood story? Because, she wrote an article several years ago or made a TED Talk, and that worked for her. So that's not the way you do it. And, now she's learning.
And
she's learning. All right.
Both you and Megan said on your respective streams, do not interact with her. Do not talk to her. Let her be on her own, because the last thing we need is the kernel of an idea of harassment against her.
Absolutely.
Because we know that she was going to try and do something with that.
And what happened the first time anyone made a peep in the trial, she was like, "Oh, Judge, I need a break. Get out of here."
And it was it was barely audible. On the tape, you can't even hear it. Nope. It was basically just a collective gasp and a little bit of a giggle. I've heard outbursts in courtrooms before. There were bigger ones in the Johnny Depp trial where the whole crowd laughed and you could hear it on the camera. That did not happen. It was barely audible. And the only person that I know of who had somewhat of an interaction with her, my photographer held the door open for her to go into court. So,
what did she smell like?
How dare she, what did she smell? I have no idea. That is not something I wanted to know.
I imagine she smells like too much cucumber melon body spray. And I'll tell you why. Because
she smells like Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, she's got a very Bath and Body Works smell to her. And I imagine because she never matured past 17-year-olds,
It's possible. Yeah, there does seem to be an Arrested Development issue going on. Yeah. Law enforcement was already present. This court, through security and MCSO, advised the responding police officers that Michael Maricini was responding to a valid subpoena and was not to be detained prior to testimony, if at all. This court is unclear. I would have loved to have seen Judge Mata's face when she was approached with this. Like, can you imagine? I would love to have heard her giving that order. Don't you dare lay hands on him. Yeah, don't you dare put hands on a man that is legally here under my order. The court ordered the subpoena. The court put that. That's through the order of the court. That's like saying, I'm going, Jingy going over the judge to be like, no, I know better than the judge. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. This court is unclear why this witness was identified. And I have a fruit fly that is just annoying me. I have a fruit fly problem every fall going into winter, where they're having some kind of, spaz out because they're dying, and they just breed like crazy, and they're everywhere, and I cannot get rid of them. And it's driving me crazy. And yes, I have all the fruit fly traps. They have completely learned how to avoid them.
Do you see where they're breeding from?
They came from the fruit in the grocery store. It actually came, one of the bananas we bought, I didn't notice it, but the peel was open. And when I went to open the banana, a bunch of fruit flies came out. And since then, I haven't been able to get rid of them.
Wow, a Trojan banana.
It was a Trojan banana.
A Trojan banana is what Laura called Clayton's cock, too. It was very appealing to her. So
oh God. Yeah, flamethrower. They should sell. Maybe I should get I do have a what do you call those propane things that you can light a fire with? Those little torches. I have one of those. Maybe I should walk around in the kitchen with my torch and just torch them out of the air. That's a great idea.
Venus flytrap.
I had one, but my son killed it on accident. They didn't water it enough.
By the way, while you're digressing, can I do a PSA real quick?
Oh, absolutely.
I came onto this stream just to promote cranberry sauce. Now hold on. Some people, and maybe Laura does this, who knows? Some people do the canned cranberry sauce. I have a very simple yet effective recipe that involves dicing apples, pears, and pureed oranges. You boil 2 packs of cranberries with 2 cups of sugar and 2 cups of water. I'm telling you right now, thank me later, folks.
No, that's really good.
Especially if your aunt makes a dried turkey. We all have that family member who overdoes turkey. You'll save it with my cranberry sauce. Thank me later.
By the way, that is an excellent recipe.
That's why I do my turkey. I spatchcock it to make sure that it stays nice, juicy, and tender, and it only cooks for an hour and a half.
And
there you go.
Wait. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Yeah, so we do the cranberry. I have to get the canned kind because my children love the jellied cranberry sauce. They just love it. But I like to make the fresh cranberries for the adults. But the kids really like the jellied kind. So I generally do both. My sister makes an amazing cranberry salad that I made for my locals crew last year. It's on my cooking playlist. It's like a fresh cranberry salad with jalapeno and lime juice and maple syrup. It's really good. Really, really good.
Let me ask you a question now that you brought up your sister. Mm-hmm. I was feeling like she had a little crush on me when we met. True or false?
I don't know. I've never asked her. But I shall ask her next time I see her. I'm sure she thought you were adorable because you are.
Do you ever think about law crushes? Like, you ever watch someone give a good I don't know, a cross-examination and they get hotter? Like, I feel like that's all of our audience with Woodnick. You know what I mean? Like, because Deandra, she was smoking as she was going through her, you know what I mean?
You know what's unfortunate is that Deandra's, I heard her in the courtroom. I could hear her clearly, no problem. But because of the microphone problems, some of her best stuff did not get recorded for posterity, and it is so unfortunate. That recording really kind of harmed the replay of that cross-examination, which was so good. And yeah, I wish we could get her to redo it. I wish we could get her to re-ask the questions on a recording so we can dub it over. That would be epic.
Yeah, because this is what I hate, and it's fine, but like this is why I wish we had documentary funding beforehand. Even if we only had cameras outside, just to get some of the action. We had a 911 call, and we had all this stuff that went on, and we didn't get any footage of it. I mean, it's like, what a missed, but what can you do?
I also think he made the 911 call from inside the building. I think that was a mistake in this. I don't think he was in the parking lot when he made the call. I think people who saw him doing it said he was inside the building, which you wouldn't have been able to have a camera in there anyway, because it's against the court regulations to film inside the courthouse. Well, you could ask for you could get permission to do it. It just they don't do it very often.
Yeah, Gingras is the type to call the cops on an umpire at a youth sporting event. You're always like, who would call the cops on an umpire? Gingras would. He's the guy.
Jingy. I'm going back to calling him Jingy. I think Jingy is the perfect, Brad, I forgot to add my Douchecanoe and Pregancy Faker button to the Stream Deck, and I was going to use it today too. Now that he's calling himself Douchecanoe and his client the Pregnancy Faker, I should probably just go back to calling him Douchecanoe Esquire. He apparently likes it. He's leaning in. He should have named his YouTube channel Douchecanoe Esquire.
He's made every wrong move you could make. I've seen 12-year.
Uh-oh. We lost Dave.
He's got every intuition of what to do. He's done the opposite on his YouTube.
True.
Oh, we lost Meg? Am I gone?
Yeah, you're gone a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna go back into the chat, but I just wanted to say hi.
Okay, well, it's good to see you, Dave. Enjoy your day.
Take care, guys.
All right. While the court is let's see. This court is unclear why this witness was identified and an arrest requested. The parties and some witnesses have competing OOP and IAH, while the court is unable to find this as witness tampering, given the totality of the circumstances in pretrial litigation regarding the subpoena and witness Michael Maricini. It strongly appears to be an attempt to prevent his testimony by counsel and or petitioner. I'm a little confused about this sentence, because I don't understand why she's unable to find that it's witness tampering to be sending nasty emails to a subpoenaed witness, threatening him with arrest. I wonder if she saw that email. Did she see the email that he sent to Mike Maricini threatening him with arrest if he showed up at a trial that he was called to testify at? Because to me, that is a clear-cut definition of witness tampering, or at least witness intimidation. Are those two things separate? Are those different things? Brad, you're muted.
Whoops. I would imagine they might be.
I'm going to look up the definition in Arizona for witness tampering. Tampering with a witness, classification. Let's look at this. Let me stop this for a minute. Let's pull up the law on witness tampering and see why the court was unable to find it. A person commits tampering with a witness if the person knowingly communicates directly or indirectly with a witness in any official proceeding, or a person he believes may be called as a witness to do any of the following: unlawfully withhold any testimony, testify falsely, absent himself from any official proceeding to which he has been legally summoned. Well, that would be number 3. To do any of the following: absent himself from any official proceeding to which he has been legally summoned. There it is. There it is. So if you contact a witness directly or indirectly, and you tell that witness to do any of the following, including absent himself from any official proceeding to which he has been legally summoned, there it is. He did that. Maybe the judge didn't know that he did this, but he sent Mike an email threatening him with arrest if he were to show up for his summons. I'm going to get that freaking fruit fly. You come near my head again, I'm going to get you. I missed it. Damn it. This is a class 6 felony. Now, it looks like witness intimidation is something else. Let's see what that is, as defined in Arizona law. Influencing a witness. A person commits influencing a witness if such person threatens a witness or offers, confers, or agree to confer any benefit upon a witness in any official proceeding, or a person he believes may be called as a witness with the intent to influence the testimony of that person, induce that person to avoid legal process summoning him to testify.
Yep, that would be it.
He's done both of these things. How can the court not find that he's done this? I disagree with Judge Mata here 100%. 100%. Or induce that person to absent himself from any official proceeding to which he has been legally summoned. We have a Class 6 and a Class 5 felony here. I would make the case for it. I would use that email that he sent to Mike Maricini threatening him with arrest if he showed up. He was under subpoena. And then David had the nerve to say that, well, he never saw the subpoena because he didn't read the entire filing to which it was attached. Well, that sounds like your problem.
This will get awkward.
Am I wrong?
No.
So I have a real problem with that. I don't think that the judge is correct, and maybe she just wasn't aware of the extent to which he went. I think maybe she's taking the facts that happened that day and saying, I can't prove that this is witness tampering, him calling 911, but it sure looks bizarre. Yeah. I don't think she was taking into consideration the actions he did before that day. That's what I'm assuming. That's what I'm assuming. Okay, let's go back to this. Respondent intended to call Michael Maricini and Gregory Gillespie to provide evidence of other crimes, wrongs, or acts to show motive, opportunity, intent, preparation, plan, knowledge, identity, absence of mistake or lack of mistake pursuant to the rules. The court previously found their testimony to be relevant and admissible, and David knew that. During the petitioner's cross-examination, Mr. Gingras appeared to be signaling his client with sweeping arm movements, including making an X with his arms and sweeping his arms out across his body. I witnessed that myself. And I even told, if you go back and watch my coverage, my post-trial coverage, I do that exact motion. And I show the crowd what he was doing. And it looked like he was telling her to stretch it out, you know, and he moved his entire arms. My sister, who is sitting right next to me, who is an attorney, is the first person who noticed it. And she elbowed me. Ellie Fant says, sweep the leg. The arm movements are sweeping and ongoing. Hey, Bruce, if you want to join us, Brad can send you a link if you're not busy. If you want to get in here and read this with us, that would be fun. I saw it. Now, unfortunately, I could not get the cameraman's attention fast enough for him to catch the really big arm movements, but we did get this. Now let's bring up the sweet. Well, let me finish reading what else she said here. And then we're going to bring up the clip so you could see it. Oh, where the hell did my thing go? An X with his arms, sweeping his arms along the front of his body. It appeared to be an attempt to prompt certain responses from the petitioner. Once counsel for the respondent stood between Mr. Gingras and the petitioner, she became agitated and emotional.
What?
She asked for a brief recess, which was granted. And coming to the stage is Bruce, the Moose from Oregon. How are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a fine foggy morning in Portland, Oregon.
It's so good to see you. How are your Thanksgiving plans going?
Pretty good. I did some overflow shopping this weekend, and I'm picking up the rest of my sort of pre-order, special order food tomorrow morning.
Did you spend more than $58? NBC says you only needed to spend $58.
It's more than that.
I sent you the breakdown for that.
$58 an hour.
And I'm like, yeah. And I'm just one person over here. I mean, granted, I'm a moose. I eat a lot, but yeah.
Oh, man.
It's tough out there. But, you know, it's once a year. So
It
I like
is.
to go
It
all
is.
out.
By the way, if you'd like to support the grocery budget of the Fox household, you can do that right now by sending breadstick money. I guess this week we should call it turkey leg money because we are cooking for 17 people. It is going to be at least $1,000, at least. So if you want to see the hate channels get mad, just send in the super chat money. They hate that. They hate that so much. It was so funny last night. Tug and I were going wild because They had these channels that hate me. They were criticizing me for setting my super chat goal to 50 super chats.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I bet we could have a super chat war and beat that. He got 137 super chats last night. It was epic. It was absolutely epic. So if you
That's
want to make
wild.
the haters angry, send the super chats, folks. Send them in. We also accept Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. It's all there rolling across the bottom of your screen. If you enjoy the programming and you want to help me out with my pumpkin pie this year, please send it in. All right. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Kimberly Woodson says, we spent $48 for the frying oil alone. Yeah. Wendy Bono, thanks for the 5. Hi, Megan, Brad, and chat. Enjoy your family and friends. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, Wendy. Thanks for being such a great member of the chat, supporter of the show. We appreciate you. We're
I gotta
thankful.
check my brain.
Okay, check your brine. Wishful Win, thanks for being a member for 3 months. Happy Thanksgiving to you all over here in the UK. Love watching you. We love having you. So thank you for being here because I appreciate your support of the show. Wendy Bono, thanks again for the 5. Laura did not look afraid to me. The smirk on her face said it all. Well, I can tell you I was there. I witnessed her in the parking lot. She looked maybe a little nervous, but then she didn't seem afraid. She was talking, chatting. Afterwards, she was laughing with her witness and telling an animated story right in front of the courthouse doors, right in front of my photographer, who took a ton of pictures of her close up right there. And she was standing there for a good long while we got tons of pictures. So the idea that they were somehow cowering in fear, that Jingy needed a pow-pow to protect himself, which he left in his car, so it would do absolutely no good for him at all, is silly. It's silly. Lady Tammy, thanks for the 5. Recovery Addict received a request for all video footage of the trial by the Arizona bar. I also received a notice from the bar asking for certain information. They are doing an investigation, and I was happy to cooperate. Christopher Mark Hennessy, thanks for the New Zealand too. I appreciate you. It's amazing to me people are watching from that far away, from all around the world. It's fun. It's really fun. I know it really is. Wendy A, thanks for being a member for 5 months. Loving the hair today, Megan. Well, thank you so much. Oh my God. The other day, you know, when I was wearing my off-the-shoulder sweater and my pink leg warmers.
Oh yeah.
Well, and I'm
80s
like,
represent.
Yeah, I'm bringing the 80s back. I go downstairs. I'm wearing this outfit with like leggings and like leg warmers and my sweater. And my husband was taking me out to eat. And we're almost ready to go. And he looks at me and he goes, what are you doing, an 80s thing? And I was like, yeah, do you hate it? Like, I'll go change. I'll put some jeans on. He goes, I don't care. And then we're about to walk out the door and he goes, come on, Flashdance.
What was it? There was like, what were the other ones? There was Jane Fonda's workout and the Jazzercise and Richard Simmons. Those were so good. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm Gen X, so I'd probably be like, how you doing?
How you doing?
Someone walked down the stairs like that.
I know. He was just laughing at me. It reminded me, he's a crack up. Ergo Iron Fist, thanks for the 5. Apple cider vinegar and a drop of dish soap. I've done this. I have all of these all over the kitchen, bowls and bowls of it. I've tried apple cider vinegar. They seem to like beer. I've tried beer. I've tried, oh God, so many different things. Wine. None of it's working. They got smart to all of it and they are avoiding it. None of it's working, you guys. None of it.
I bought the little apples that have the
I have
holes in
those
them.
too. I have those too. Not working. They're avoiding it. These little fuckers. Oh, Just Schwartz, thanks for the 2. Appreciate you. Sandy Nichols, thanks for the 5. Breadstick money. Yeah. We haven't played that in a while. We may have to do it. BS, thanks for the 2. Happy Thanksgiving. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Jason Hipsher, thanks for the 2. Yeah, dear, enjoy the content. And Mandalore Wise 01, thanks for the 2. Here's a couple drumstick dollars. Thank you. Appreciate that. Mary Thurston, thanks for the 2. I was just finishing Tug stream with, and now on 1.5. Excellent. Last night's stream was hilarious. If you guys missed it, definitely get back in there and watch it because it's funny.
Megan, I got your buttons for you.
You do? You got them? Play them. Let me hear them. I can't hear it.
You can?
No. What happened? Your
thought
stream jack not working?
No. Oh, stream mix. No, I don't need an additional output. There's
That's
sound
weird.
effects.
All
Oh,
right, well,
when I added them, I didn't select the right device. 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
It's Douchecanoe and Pregancy Faker. Hello, everyone. Pregancy Faker.
oh God, he's really going with that. That was one of the greatest missteps in the history of lawyering right there. It's going to go down in the, is there like a Guinness Book of World Records for LOLyer bad mistakes? Because that one should be in there.
American
some
Bar
bad-
Association of Wall of Shame.
There's been some bad
the wall
PR.
of shame. That's some
It's not
bad
even about
PR.
the law or the bar. It's just really bad PR strategy.
Really bad PR strategy. Really, really bad. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? Okay. So now we're going to head over to the David Gingras and what we caught on camera. Now, I want you to understand that before he was in the frame, as you can see here, he is not in the frame at the moment. But this is when he was doing, we should probably watch Laura's eyes to see who she's looking at. I'm actually going to back it up just a little bit because he was making wild motions with his arms. It was like watching a third base coach. You know, he's like, it was wild. And my sister's elbowing me and it took me a little, I couldn't stand up. The cameraman was way at the other end of the bench. I couldn't like stand up and go, hey, Karen, look at him. So I had to text him and Lauren at the same time going, get Gingras in the frame, get him in the frame. And because look what he's doing. My sister was flabbergasted. She was whispering to me, he cannot do this. So we are watching him at this very moment doing all of this, waving at her, shaking his head. It's nuts. And then you'll see when the camera pans over, he tries to kind of tone it down. Watch this.
Important for you to see your high-risk perinatalist immediately after that happening.
Well, that's why I scheduled the
Yeah, you
immediate.
see her eyes dart across to look at him.
Yep. She looked right at him. Let's see that again.
Past 2 sacks on July 23rd of 2023. It would have been important.
Oh,
for you
she's
to
looking
see
at him
your
right then.
High-risk perinatalist immediately after that happening.
Well, that's why I scheduled that's why I immediately contacted telemedicine. It was at night.
You contacted a telemed provider instead of attending the appointment with your high-risk perinatalist.
It had already been canceled days prior.
She's looking at him again.
So you had 4 appointments scheduled with Dr. Nicole that you never attended, right?
Correct.
And you intentionally failed to attend those appointments because all of those appointments would have resulted in a medical record that stated you were not.
Here we go.
pregnant,
This is
right?
cameraman got my note. Here comes Gingras. So he had already been doing these things very wildly, very inappropriately, and it was very evident. And by the way, remember, the judge is over here. She's over here behind this bench right here. She's facing David Gingras. She can see everything he's doing. How he thought he was going to get away with this is, I don't know.
To the form of the question, but you can ask the question a different way.
I'll move on here.
All
During
right.
the November 2nd hearing, you denied that the DNA test results came back with little to no fetal DNA, right?
What?
During the November
Oh,
2nd,
geez.
Okay, now he's going to start pretending like, oh, I can't hear. See, he's got his hand up like this. I can't hear. But watch that hand, because that hand is now going to go like this. And he's going to start shaking his head, making motions at her. So let's hear the question again, because I forgot what it was.
during the November 2nd hearing, you denied that the DNA test results came back with little to no fetal DNA, right?
What?
What?
During the November 2nd hearing,
I said that the test was.
Yeah.
During the November
Yep,
2nd
stop.
hearing, you denied.
Did
that
you
the
see
DNA
that?
test
Did everybody
results
see it? Did everybody see that's a stop sign. Stop. He does not like this line of questioning because he knows damn well she's going to perjure herself. She's perjured herself at the November hearing, saying that the fetal DNA wasn't, that it was just inconclusive. What did she say? It's ongoing. The testing is ongoing. not that it was no fetal DNA. Watch his hand again.
Yeah. I mean, if he touches his left ear, I'm going to steal third.
What?
During the November 2nd hearing,
I said that the test.
the question is on. During the November 2nd hearing,
Oh,
you denied that the DNA test results
cannot do
came
that.
back with little to no fetal
Look,
DNA.
shaking his
So
head.
I see you continue.
No, I didn't. I never said
wait.
it didn't. I said it
I'm
came back
confused.
inconclusive.
Signaling, shaking his head, and now big timeout, timeout. And here's the thing. He could have objected. You can't just jump in like this. This is really unusual. He should just object. And this is not even a legal objection that he's making. Like he's just calling for a timeout. What is
There's no timeouts. He's not Andy Reid calling for a Patrick Mahomes timeout. Come on.
This is not a football or baseball game. You don't get to call a timeout. There's no flag on. He's going to throw a flag in that would be really funny.
That would be hilarious.
He pulls a flag out of his suit coat and throws it on the floor. I don't know where he thinks he is, but he cannot do any of this. You are not allowed to signal your client while she is on cross-examination. You are not allowed to do any of this that he is doing. And now he's trying to cover up the fact that he was doing what he was doing. This is what this is. This is the big cover up. Here it comes.
I'm confused about what date she's referring to. What?
November 2nd.
She already said November. You
November
testified
2nd.
in this court on November 2nd. So you weren't paying attention. You don't get to just call a timeout and go, I'm confused. I don't know a date. He's just trying to pull attention away from the fact that he got caught. He got caught signaling his client.
November 2nd hearing.
November 2nd hearing.
Okay. Again, before my time, so that's why I'm confused. I apologize.
What? You don't have an excuse for that, David. Just because you weren't in the case then doesn't mean you're allowed to not know about it. This is your case.
Before my time is not a good lawyer excuse. And if he does have a hearing impairment, like he never brought it up in this hearing, there's remedies.
Oh, they have headphones
Yeah.
that plug directly into the system, the audio system. It is on you if you are a disabled person to alert the court that you have a disability that you need ADA accommodations for, and they're happy to assist you. They're legally required to assist you. This his
anything.
explanation.
In the Delphi case, the judge was constantly reminding people to speak up and things like this. So there's remedies for all of that.
Of course, there's remedies, and he never brought it up in because I don't believe it's true. I don't believe it's true. I think this is just something he said to get himself out of what he did.
Can you answer the question?
I said it was inconclusive and it was little to no fetal DNA. I never said it came back anything but that.
Okay, well, today you've admitted that there was little to no fetal DNA, right?
I've never said there was anything else.
Well, she denied it.
Also ordered
Oh,
to take a blood.
He's now shrugging his shoulders. Like, what is that? What is that? That's one I hadn't seen before. He's looking really nervous. And then he's like, so what? Like shrugging his shoulders, like, so what? He's trying to signal to her. He cannot help himself. He just can't, even after he's been caught.
Test through any lab test now on October 16th of 2023, correct?
Correct.
And I'd like you to take a look at Exhibit 36, page 201.
Now, I think
So this is already been
Greg-
admitted, so we'll move past that.
I think Greg has noticed, and he is about to give Deandra a sticky note that says, get in front of him, block her view. He's waving at her.
At the time of this test on November 16th, you had claimed you were previously seen at Banner, Planned Parenthood, Dr. McCool, Dr. Higley, and even Dr. Zeman, right?
Your Honor, objection. She misstated the date. She said September 16th, I believe. It's October
That
16th.
can be addressed and redirect.
I said that Dr. McCool's my doctor. I did not say that I had seen him. I said I had seen
Bullshit.
Dr. Higley and the rest. Correct.
We'll talk about Dr. Higley.
How is someone your doctor if you've
But-
never seen them?
Your answer is
It's not. They're not. Here we go. Here we go. He's giving her a note.
would you like me to repeat the question, Ms. Owens?
Look. He's doing it.
Sure.
It seems like you're looking at Mr. Gingras quite a bit for guidance.
No, I don't need guidance from my attorney. I know how to answer the questions.
By the time of your appointment for this test on October 16th of 2023, you claimed you were previously seen at Banner, Planned Parenthood, Dr. Higley, and even Dr. Z, right?
Yes.
But instead of going to any of those providers for this test, you went to an entirely new provider, correct?
I just went on my way home from taking the
He's
Ravgen
still
test,
shaking
actually.
his head. He's still shaking his head. No. See, this is so unbelievable.
Yes or no questions?
Look,
Oh, yeah.
no.
There was a big shake
Well,
there.
it
Yeah.
wasn't.
Big shake. Let's go back. Look at that. Listen to the question that Deandra is answering, and then watch David react to it before Laura answers the questions. He is signaling her to say no.
I just went on my way home from.
Wait, I just missed it. I don't know why I'm getting this spinning wheel of death. Stop that. All right, I have to close some windows.
Right?
Yes.
But instead of going to any of those providers for this test, you went to an entirely new provider, correct?
I just went on my way home from taking
He's
the
shaking
Ravgen
his
test,
head.
actually.
Now here comes
Questions?
the big one. Answer the question.
Well, it wasn't
Yes
a
or no? And he goes, David.
provider. It was a self-paid test. So
Okay, so you didn't go to any of your prior listed providers for this test, right?
correct.
By your own admission in your affidavit signed April 16th of 2024, this result of an HCG level of 102 was not consistent with pregnancy, right?
Objection misstates the testimony.
Overruled. You can answer.
Oh, can you say it again? I'm sorry.
By your own admission, the test result of 102 for the level for HCG is not consistent with a pregnancy.
Objection.
I
He again.
Not consistent with a pregnancy.
Objection.
Look, he just looked around Deandra. He looked around her. He shook his head and waved her off. Did you see that? I don't think I've ever looked at this closely, this far. This is unbelievable. He looked around Deandra to make
Oh,
eye
yeah.
contact
He
with
leaned
Laura.
over.
Watch
Not
again.
consistent with a pregnancy.
Objection.
Leaning over.
I learned that it was.
Oh my God.
Learned that it
Brad,
was
if I do this, we're putting the running back in
or was
motion.
not
Well, the test result
still
said
shaking his
anything
head.
above 4 was pregnant. So I thought 102 was pregnant, but then I learned it was not.
So you would agree with me that this is not consistent with pregnancy.
No, I wouldn't.
You doctored this particular test twice, Ms. Owens, correct?
I doctored the test
One
once.
head shake again.
Okay, and when was that?
When I tried to send it to Dave Neal to get him to stop creating harassing videos at me,
And what amount did you doctor the HCG level to that?
it was like 102.
I think we're nearing the end of where this was, but before, I'm telling you, right before the camera moved, it was so obvious, and it was obvious after the camera moved too. It was so obvious that this bit, he was doing this. Like you cannot do that. This is nuts. So anyway, I know those of you in the chat are like, look, there's cameras everywhere. But yeah, unfortunately, in this particular courtroom, from what I understand, the camera angle that the court got, for whatever reason, did not have him on the camera while he was doing that, which is why they needed the other footage, which is why they wanted Lauren's footage. And unfortunately, we didn't get this, but I saw it, and so did Judge Mata, so did my sister, so did Mike Maricini, Greg, his wife, Mike's wife, Clayton's parents. Everybody saw it. There's a million witnesses. There's like at least 15 witnesses in the courtroom who saw him doing this, including the judge. So frankly, if the Arizona bar doesn't just take her word for it, if they're really,
Well, they don't need to. They can get other witnesses. Yeah.
That's right. They should, and they should ask the other witnesses who were there, and which it appears that they are doing that. All right, let's go back over to
The other thing about this
bar
isn't
complaint.
just the instances where he's doing hand motions. It's when does he not do hand motions? Like when she was throwing Dave Neal under the bus, he's completely still, right? Because he's like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, here, hold on a second. I just realized there's a couple of email addresses on here that need to be taken out. Hold on. Let me let me do that. I need to get rid of these email addresses. There we go. Let me redact those. And let me make sure that his signature is redacted as well. Area highlight. Yes. There we go. Okay. Now we can go back. All right. All right. Once counsel for the respondent stood between Mr. Gingras and the petitioner, she became agitated and emotional. She asked for a brief recess, which was granted. Yeah, that part was coming up. That part was coming up where she was going to call out the JFC crew and say she needed a break, etc. The court issued a ruling dated June 17th, 2024. It docketed June 18th, 2024. The court received an email from Mr. Gingras on June 17th, 2024, demanding the following of the court. Dear Judge Mata's Division, I am writing to raise a potentially urgent issue that has just come to my attention. In short, Ms. Owens informs me that various individuals have recently posted claims on social media, which, if true, may warrant a change of judge for cause pursuant to Family Law Rule 6.1. Before pursuing this further, I wanted to bring this to the court's attention and request a response from Judge Mata directly to verify if the allegations are true. In short, Ms. Owens has informed me of the following. Judge Mata's father was personally present at the trial held in this matter on Monday, June 10th. After the trial, several individuals, supporters of Mr. Eckert, claimed to have discussed the case with Judge Mata's father. According to these individuals, Judge Mata's father claimed the judge shared information with him about this case and made comments indicating Judge Mata intended to make adverse rulings against Ms. Owens before trial. That never happened. Nobody said that. I didn't hear any of that. Adverse rulings. No. Obviously, if these allegations are true, they raise extremely serious concerns. However, I'm fully aware that similar claims have recently been posted on social media in other unrelated cases, and those claims were later shown to be false. In this instance, Ms. Owens has reason to believe the allegations regarding Judge Mata's father are true. She has obtained a video of at least one person making these claims, and that person claims to have directly communicated with Judge Mata's father about this matter. If this claim is true, Ms. Owens believes this may warrant a change of judge for cause pursuant to Family Law Rule 6.1. Before proceeding, as unusual as this may be, I'm respectfully asking Judge Mata to respond directly and explain whether these allegations are true. As I mentioned in court last week, I'm currently in Europe on a family vacation. Who could forget David Gingras' National Lampoon's Vacation? Who could forget the meme of him on a cruise ship with the... Oh, hang on, guys. Take over the show for a minute. My daughter's calling. I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness. Well, we can't scroll, so
Yeah. What are your plans for Thanksgiving, Brad?
we are hosting. So I
Ooh.
just put I boiled the brine and then set it outside so that it can cool. And then this evening I'm going to take the turkey out and let it brine overnight. And then we get to the spatchcocking.
Mm.
Everyone gets upset about me using the term spatchcock, but it is a technical term in the culinary world.
That's true.
Dave, what's going on, man?
You're
Hey, how
all
are
Hollywood
you?
handshake.
I'm back.
Hey, everybody. It's Dave Neal from the
I saw
Rush
that
Hour
Meg-
podcast.
I saw that Meg left, so I thought I would crash again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, do you guys enjoy as much as I do seeing those deep fried turkey disaster videos?
they're good entertainment. They definitely worry me enough to the point where I don't feel like I want to deep fry a turkey.
I feel
Yeah.
like people just don't know how to displace the right amount of oil. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like they're just putting too much oil in the pot.
Yeah.
That's the big that or whatever contraption they use to put it. It's almost like by trying to make it so safe, they've made it more dangerous. You know what I mean? Because they got these like boom sticks and they're like shaking as they use their like old arms to put
Load
it
the
to
cannon.
Yeah, just do halfway of oil, lower it. And again, I'm saying this with the confidence of someone who's never started an oil fire, but it's kind of tempting to try it.
Well, as people in the chat are mentioning, it's also knowing how long to thaw a turkey. Because if you put it in overnight and it's a 16 or 20 pound plus bird, it's not going to defrost over 24 hours. You got to let that thing defrost for like 4 days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big problem, right? Is you know, it's you need good prep time. I don't I made turkey one year and it turned out so good. I just realized my mom was a shitty cook because she made it every year and it was always, oh, the turkeys, this and that. And I was like, I tried it. I did I buttered inside the skin. They say give a good buttering inside the skin, and it turned out to be the best turkey I've ever made. So 1 for 1, I retired. I just do cranberry sauce now.
Yeah, so I did my brine, and then now it's on the deck cooling, and then you let it brine for 24 hours. And the sneaky thing is if you don't thaw your turkey as fully as it needs to, if you're brining your turkey, that also counts as a little bit of extra dethaw, since, you know, it's liquid and it's not ice. You're basically putting in a turkey ice cube in your brine, and then it'll eventually melt all of it away.
I would watch a cooking show with you, Brad.
I have a weekly show where I do cooking stuff.
Brad
Oh,
has a
really?
weekly cooking show.
Yes.
I was a guest on Brad's show.
How did I
one
miss
week.
that?
I made scones, Dave.
You made scones.
You need like the that pastor microphone that they have so you can be hands free.
Oh yeah.
You know that nice
That would
little
be
like.
good.
Isn't
Yeah.
it funny? Pastors in theater arts, they use the same microphone, probably because they're both, you know, spewing fiction. But you know, not all of them, but you know, I feel like the thinner the microphone, the more racist the pastor. That's what I kind of.
What?
You don't think so? No, really? No. Maybe I've been in Tennessee for too long. My pastor
Sounds like a stand-up bit.
Maybe.
It's good.
Most of the time it's because it's nude colored, so it blends in with the person that is speaking. That way it doesn't come out off as if you had a black microphone sitting in front of your face, it looks a little odd, but if it's more nude colored, then it doesn't.
Well, they have them now in theater that come up here. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't know. Good riff.
But the I use my iPad, and I just set my iPad on the back of my island, and then the microphone on the new iPads is so good that when I first did my cooking show, I did it on my AirPods so that it would catch me wherever I'm walking. But people said that the audio on the iPad was better than my AirPods.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
I mean,
it is very
you
good.
can't compete, like Bluetooth can't compete with the tech out there. And I got people all the time asking me for podcast advice, and I'm like, honestly, if you have a room that's treated nicely, your MacBook or whatever is probably just as good as whatever you can put together.
Mhm. Yeah, I think Lauren's travel setup had a little bit of feedback, but Brad's setup for his cooking show is very
Simple and elegant.
solid, very solid.
All right. I'm sorry.
Why are you putting your earrings back on? Did you just have
my
an afternoon?
headphones?
You have an afternoon delight you're not telling us about?
Whoa.
Can't hear. Everything is always
Now we're in
the
the
end of
80s gear.
everything is always in the end of the world when you're 15, you know? It just is. And sorry, I had to handle that. Okay. I didn't hear anything you guys were talking about. What did I miss? Anything good?
We're talking about cooking shows. They said,
Cooking and
Brad, you should
gear.
have a cooking show. And I'm like, man, I've had one for weeks.
Brad's been doing that for a while now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right, where were we?
All right, I'm going to go back to listening. You guys are better off without me.
Aw.
Keep going.
That's not true.
I
but
got to get work done. I'm here just fucking around. I gotta
All
go
right,
pay some
sounds
bills.
good.
I'll keep listening. You guys are great. Bye.
Thanks.
Dave's going to make 10 videos by the time we're done. It's all right.
That's true. All right, let's see. Where were we? We're reading his whiny email. Let me just sum this up for you. The rest of it goes like this.
Yeah.
Whee!
I think we were. This
I
is
don't
where
care.
the Italian nachos came from, right? His
I'm
Italian
skipping it
food
because
and-
I feel like
Oh,
we've
okay.
read. I feel like we've read this before, so we all know what he.
I don't
what
think we
he's-
read this specifically. We got pieces of what he was saying in it from his blog post, but the full email to the court, because he always said, I emailed the court and the court snapped back that they need things in motions.
All right, here. Okay, fine. As I mentioned in court last week, I am currently in Europe on a family vacation. We are currently on a cruise ship, the Norwegian Getaway. Is this information that the court needs?
Nope.
Anchored in Cannes, France. Nobody needs to know this, David. This is just a humble brag right here. Actually, it's
Yeah,
not
it
even
is.
humble. It's just a brag. I'm in France. I'm on a cruise. We are
Oh,
leaving this
dear.
evening. We are leaving this evening for Florence. Nobody needs to know this. And we will be on the ship until early next week when it docks in Athens.
And people got mad at me for using my James Bond evil guy accent on him, but like you could read that entire paragraph and it would fit perfectly.
We will have extremely limited phone internet while the ship is at sea. Currently, as of Monday, June 17th, we are plus 9 hours ahead of Arizona time, but that will increase as we move further east. Again, information nobody fucking needs, David. Again, I fully understand the unusual nature of this message. So in other words, I know this isn't kosher. I know this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm doing it anyway. I understand the allegations may be entirely false. However, given the serious nature of the issue, yeah, that was all it was missing, King Bob. We're sitting at the captain's table.
Oh my.
We have tickets to see a magic show.
Captain Stubing has invited us to have Italian nachos.
Stubing. Ms. Owens has asked me to move forward with an immediate notice of change of judge for cause. Unless the court confirms the above allegations are false. Hey, by the way, folks, we are at 30 super chats today. The magic number to make the hate channels act like vampires who got hit with holy water and like a garlic gun is 50. We are almost there. It makes the hate channels roll around on the floor in agony, screaming, no! Like the Wicked Witch of the West, get water thrown on her. That's the magic number is 50, and we're already at 30. So keep them coming, folks. Actually, I think we might be at 31 because I think I got a message here about a Cash App or PayPal or something. Oh, yes, Kim sent me a PayPal, a $5 PayPal. So let's increase that number to 31. We were at 31 super chats, and you guys are awesome. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. I hope this will not be necessary given the significant disruption this may cause, liar. But I am ethically obligated to take all appropriate steps to protect Ms. Owens' rights, and I intend to do so. For that reason, I respectfully request a response from the court to the issues raised above by 5 p.m. Arizona time, tomorrow, June 18th, 2024. I respectfully demand. He said request, but you know damn well this is, if you don't reply by 5, I'm having the babies.
Yeah.
Is he the big boss or something? He's the CEO of court. Like what?
He's having the babies if they don't respond by 5 p.m.
Oh, gosh.
For purposes of clarity, the questions I'm propounding are as followed. Propound this, David. Was Judge Mata's father present either in court or in any overflow room for the trial in this matter on June 10th? Did Judge Mata's father speak with Mr. Eckert or any of his supporters, including any of his attorneys at any time? Yeah, because a judge's father is precluded from talking to people. What? What?
Yeah. Objection relevance.
Objection unconstitutional. Did Judge Mata share any information of any kind with her father regarding this case prior to June 10th, 2024? No, Marilyn, this is not a repeat. We are reading Judge Mata's bar complaint against David Jingy, against Douchecanoe, Esquire.
I got worried for a second this was a repeat, and I'm like, I really haven't had enough coffee.
Bruce is like, did they turn CERN on again? Did I time hop? What?
I know. Time cop.
Did Judge Mata share any information of any kind with her father regarding this case prior to June 10th, 2024? And if so, what specific information was shared? Thank you for your prompt attention to this request. And we're back to the complaint. Of note, Mr. Gingras demanded that the court respond to him by 5 p.m. the following day. Obviously, he highlighted this because he took offense by this because he said he respectfully requested. But then he puts a time deadline on it, which is not a request, Jingy. It ain't a request.
This will get awkward.
It's not a request. You're demanding something. Demanded the court respond to him by 5 p.m. the following day. Litigation by email is inappropriate. The court responded, instructing the parties to file any appropriate motions. Mr. Gingras filed a notice of change of judge for cause, memorandum, and affidavit in support on July 8th. While the court takes no issue with the notice, Mr. Gingras was unprofessional and inappropriately disparaging with his pleading. I wish I need a clapping on the soundboard. Thank you, Judge Mata.
Yeah.
Round of applause. We've all been saying it, but we really needed to hear you say it because we know we're not crazy now. Mr. Gingras was unprofessional and inappropriately disparaging within his pleading. For example,
I don't think they're saying they disagree. They're just saying that it's reasonable for anybody to file this type of notice. And that's all they're saying when they say takes no issue.
yeah, she takes no issue with the actual
It's
because
not
the
a
motion is
procedural error.
the motion is legal. He's allowed to request a new judge. That's part of the process. Judges are used to that. They're not, she's not, what she's saying is, I'm not taking that personally. What I did take personally was this shit right here. Was my case fairly decided based on the evidence, or was Judge Mata simply trying to impress her father? Look at me, Daddy. I'm a real judge now. Just watch me destroy a young woman's life because the other party was on The Bachelor. Hee hee.
If it wasn't so offensive, it's just like the cringiest thing you could read.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
the
mean?
funny thing is
Like,
that he
it's-
said he knows how offensive it is, but he would have written it again. He doubled down on this.
Well, yeah. I mean,
He didn't say like he wished he hadn't put it in there.
no, he's not in therapy. It's true.
I have attached a copy of the pertinent hearing minute entries and motion for your review. I'm available to discuss further if you deem it warranted. So, in this case, Owens v. Eckert, not only has the client, Laura Owens, been referred to the county prosecutor for prosecution for perjury and other things in her behavior in this case, but now her attorney has been referred to the bar. Damn. Damn, Jingy.
And this will get awkward.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I have now David Gingras has said that anybody may use less or about 5 minutes of any of his stuff, right? That's the agreement he made. Plus, he
Yep.
gave me limited permission to use his videos. So I'm going to take him at his word that I'm allowed to play small clips. And I'm actually glad he put those rules on us. I don't want to hear more than 5 minutes of this man speaking. I think he is a snake. And I think that what comes out of his mouth is meant to manipulate you. And I think the more people listen to him, the more confused they get. And they start to forget that this is a man who threatened on purpose an 8-month pregnant woman with homelessness. This is a man who allowed his client to destroy every moment in Dave Neal and Tasha Neal's first baby moments. From, when he entered the case, he didn't stop her from doing this. So I just want to remind you all that when his little parcel tongue starts slithering on his YouTube channel and he starts telling you what a good guy he is, and you kind of start falling for it because he seems charming and, oh, maybe he didn't mean it and maybe we should just forgive him. Fuck that. Okay. This guy, there's something wrong with him. There's something deeply wrong with him. And unless he apologizes to Dave Neal and his wife and everybody in Lauren, who he has falsely struck, until he apologizes for his behavior and stops doing it, that's the key. He has to stop doing it. There's no coming back. There's no coming back from this.
Because to me, doing something this terrible and then like later sort of half apologizing for it, or not really half apologizing for it, but just saying like, rationalizing it by saying like, oh yeah, I'm a jerk sometimes. That's
that's
like an
unacceptable.
abuser. That's what an abuser does in a relationship. They beat you up and then they're just like, oh, I just couldn't help myself. Oh, I'm a terrible person. They're self-deprecating afterwards instead of stopping.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Let's see. So I think at the first little timestamp I want to play is, this is his explanation for the sweeping arm movements. Let's just hear, and we watched all that. We watched him do it in court, So let's hear, or I did at least. I saw it personally. I was there. I witnessed the sweeping X movements. If he's going to deny that he did this, I actually haven't watched this. I have not. I just read the transcript and I picked out a couple of things that might be relevant. So I actually don't know what he said. So let's.
There's cross-examination.
Oh, I would like to point out, Jesus, David, he's doxing all those people's email addresses. For fuck's sake. He's got all the, this is a violation of YouTube's rules. He needs to learn this. He keeps doing things that are against YouTube rules. So here's what I have to do now. I have to zoom in or something. No, I can't zoom in. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to listen to him. We're not going to watch him while he has this up on the screen, because that will get me in trouble.
Yeah.
So hold on.
He's not monetized, so he doesn't know all of this stuff.
Yeah, this is so annoying. Hold on. I need to pull this up. Window, this one, share. But now we have to, how do I do this without? All right, here we go.
It's probably for the best. The
There.
super blue is kind of creeping me out, like he's trying to buy me a drink at the
And now let me know if you can hear this.
dimly lit dive bar or something.
Can you hear that?
No.
No.
You can't hear it. That's weird. What did I do? Let's try again. How about now?
An X with his
Yeah,
arm,
now I can.
his arms along the front of his body. It appeared to be an attempt to prompt certain responses. I wonder what responses she thinks I was trying to prompt. Anyway, once counsel for the respondent.
I'll tell you, when you did this, like this, to me, that meant draw it out. And as you can see, when we were just watching that part right before the camera was on, she started in like going more. She started, instead of her first answer. In fact, maybe we should go back to that and watch what she did.
Yeah,
So-
if somebody shows you a map without a legend, you still know it's a map. You don't need to know what all the signals mean
Let's see.
to know their signals.
Let me show you. Let's go back to this part. This is right before he comes on the screen. So this would have been right around the time when he was making those movements. Let's hear what they were talking about and how Laura's answers were.
Instead of attending the appointment with your high-risk perinatologist.
It had already been canceled days prior.
Ms. Owens, you had 4 appointments scheduled with Dr. McCool that you never attended, right?
Correct.
And you intentionally failed to attend those appointments because all of those appointments would have resulted in a medical record that stated you were not pregnant, right?
Oh, shoot. It was before this. It was before the camera started moving. It was before that. It was probably the question before.
Okay, can you ask the question again?
Oh, and for all we know, this could have been drag it out. I don't understand. Can you rephrase? Can you ask the question again? We don't know what it is he was signaling because he probably pre-planned it with her beforehand. But to me, this means stretch it out, or waste some time.
Well,
even if they didn't make plans, he may just be trying, just sort of Hail Mary signaling here.
Well, that's possible too, but I mean, I wouldn't put it past him to have worked out some kind of signaling.
Ask the doctors online.
Oh, these are yes or no questions,
Oh, again, right. Not answering yes or no questions.
right?
Yes, if that's the date that I did.
So wouldn't you agree with me that for someone who has had miscarriages in the past and who has an alleged high-risk pregnancy, it would be prudent to attend an in-person appointment shortly after passing 2 SACs?
Well, that's why I asked the doctors online.
Oh, and these are yes or no questions.
Oh, looking at David.
I'm
You're looking at your attorney, but you need
who's
to look at
shaking.
That's when he was doing
Okay,
it.
can you ask the question again?
Wouldn't you agree that as someone who has a high-risk pregnancy that allegedly passed 2 SACs on July 23rd of 2023, it would have been important for you to see your high-risk perinatologist immediately after that happening?
Well, that's why I that's why I immediately contacted telemedicine. It was at night.
You contacted a telemed provider instead of attending the appointment with your high-risk perinatologist.
It had already been canceled days prior.
All right. So there's an example. So not answering yes or no questions, dragging it out, asking for the question to be read again. These are all things that could have been taken from that signal that he gave her. So him saying, I don't know what I was supposed to be. I don't know what I was supposed to be signaling her. Well, we do. I do. I have an idea. All right, let's continue listening to what he has to say here.
It stood between Gingras and Laura. She became agitated, emotional, asked for a recess, which was granted. One thing that's important, and that's one paragraph. Obviously, I was not coaching her. I don't even know what that means.
Obviously? No, to me, it was obvious that he was.
This was a bench trial in which the judge was sitting right in front of me looking at me. If I was trying to coach her, don't you think the judge would see that and rule adversely to me?
No. And here's why. Judge Mata was painfully nice to these people. Like, more so than any judge I've ever seen. Oh, except for maybe that one who did the grounds trial, the Darrell Brooks trial. She had the patience of a saint. And frankly, I thought it backfired. Everybody said good things, but at some point I was like, oh my God, lady, make him stop. This is too much. And I think that Judge Mata, knowing the kind of behavior that David Gingras had been pulling in this case since he got there, she was very careful to be very patient and treat everybody very kindly. She took the position of, I'm going to be as polite and even-tempered as possible to avoid false allegations from this douchebag. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's weird he says, like, rule against him, because shouldn't the rulings be based on the evidence and the facts, not on his behavior?
Well, she had the right to sanction him right then and there. She had the right to say, counsel, if you do that again, keep your hands in your lap. And if I see you signaling your client again, you know, I'm going to sanction you. She had a right to say that, but she didn't. Probably because she may have noticed that Woodnick also noticed. You know, she may have just been waiting to give him a chance, give Woodnick the chance to remedy the situation. Or she was, you know.
Well, he didn't say admonish. He said rule, which I think is very interesting because, and maybe Omar can clarify this to me later.
I think he meant give him an adverse ruling on, like, a sanction. That would be an adverse ruling against him to sanction him. You know, if she wanted to, she could have thrown him in the clink for that. If she wanted to.
I mean, that'd be fine.
I've seen judges have people arrested in court for way less. I mean,
I'm just talking about the outcome of decisions that would affect his client as opposed to things that would affect him only.
Omar, he did not get warned for the hand motions by the judge.
Right.
His client got warned by the judge that if she didn't stop talking over counsel and answer the questions, that they weren't going to like what happened next. That's what she said.
Talk over the judge.
Yeah.
She talked over the judge as well.
She admonished Laura. She didn't admonish Gingras at all, but she did admonish Laura at one point. She had had enough. And she basically said, if you don't stop this, you're not going to like what happens. And she told Gingras, she said, counsel, you know, she like looked at him like, you're not going to like what happens to her, basically, if she keeps this up.
Deandra and the judge have very similar vocal tones. So you hearing Deandra saying, I hear you, or I see you looking back at your LOLyer. Counsel.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have been you remembering what Deandra said, because Deandra mentioned it.
Deandra said a few things, yeah.
Yeah, she mentioned it. But here we go.
You know, Deandra in the hearing threw out, you know, a little childish line about, Your Honor, I think Mr. Gingras looks like he's trying to coach, you know, because I was doing.
She didn't address Your Honor. She said to Laura, I see you looking at your attorney. You need to look at me.
I don't know why that's childish.
It's not childish.
That seems just like ad hominem attack.
By the way, you know who else did that? Camille Vasquez to Amber Heard. She said the same thing to Amber Heard. I see you looking at your attorney. Keep your eyes on me. You need to look at me. And that is very usual. That is very, very usual in a court case. If you see the witness that you are examining looking off to their attorney for help, you stop it immediately. And that's not that's totally normal.
Yeah. I mean, this is why everyone was so happy when they brought Deandra onto the case for June 10th.
Yeah, she was awesome. And I wish that the sound was better. All right, here we go. Douchecanoe has more to say.
Doing this or trying to tell her like stop, because what was happening was, and the trial transcript shows this. I've showed the bar the trial transcript. They have the video as well. Deandra was interrupting Laura on the stand. Laura was trying to answer questions and Deandra kept cutting her off. And the court reporter on her own stopped the testimony twice at least that I could find, and maybe more than that.
All right, let's go back to the tape, shall we? I'm going to go back to the tape. Because I don't believe.
This is because his client can't answer a simple yes or no question. She has to obfuscate and expound and pontificate and make it really confusing.
Let's go to this part. Now, he claims that he made the timeout hand signal because Deandra was interrupting Laura. Let's listen for the interruptions. We're going to be as fair as we can.
What?
During the November 2nd hearing,
I said that
she just interrupted Deandra. There's an interruption. Deandra didn't finish her question. She said during the November 2nd hearing, and Laura jumps in. That's an interruption by Laura. Okay, let's hear some more.
The test.
the question is on.
Oh, Deandra just said, let me finish the question.
Yeah.
She was just interrupted by Laura.
During the November 2nd hearing,
Now he's using his hand to stop her. But so he knows Laura is doing the interrupting.
Yeah.
But he's lying to you on his video saying he was doing that because Deandra was interrupting Laura.
Mm-hmm. Interrupting an interrupter is fair.
hearing, you denied that the DNA test results came back with little to no fetal DNA. Ms. Owens, I see you continue.
No, I didn't. I never said it didn't. I said it came back inconclusive.
That was another interruption, by the way, by Laura.
It was another one because Deandra was trying to say, I see you looking at your attorney. But then she got railroaded over by Laura and Gingras, who interrupted, he's the interrupter here.
Oh, yeah.
Time out. All right, so we just proved that was, what was that?
She lied.
Yeah, we proved that was a lie. David, this is embarrassing for you. And I'm sorry that I'm having to prove that this is a lie, but it is a lie. Let's hear what else he has to say.
But the court reporter said, you guys are talking over each other and I can't hear you. I had the exact same problem because
It wasn't at that moment though.
Nope.
The problem that when the court reporter made that comment, it was Laura interrupting Deandra, and the judge, that's when the judge warned and admonished Laura. She didn't warn and admonish Deandra. She warned and admonished Laura. I don't have the timestamp on that though, so I don't know exactly when that happened. I think it might have been right before the break, which happened. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah.
Right here. Let's go here. Hold on, let me pull this up. Let's go here. I think this is where that might have happened.
this test result, you had reason to believe you were not pregnant, right?
Yes, after doing some research, yes.
Okay. But then you proceeded to lie under oath at hearings before this court on October 24th, October 25th, and November 2nd, correct?
That's not correct. No.
Instead of telling the truth, you tampered with this HCG test to increase the level and offered that as support for a pregnancy.
To a content creator, not to the court.
You also testified on November 2nd, unequivocally, that your OBGYNs were Dr. McCool and Dr. Higgins, right?
Right.
In fact, you went so far as to state that your main OBGYN is the perinatalogist, Dr. McCool, right?
Correct.
You further testified on November 2nd that you had last seen Dr. Higley on last Friday, right?
Right.
You lied to the court when you made these statements.
I had the appointment scheduled, which you guys have. I know, but
Oh, okay. There's an interruption by Deandra. She cut her off because she said, these are yes or no questions. That is totally legitimate. You're when you're cross-examining a witness, you do not have to let them finish an answer that is non-responsive. Now,
Yeah, she keeps
maybe
wanting to interject all this weird stuff like, well, you have the other side of that piece of paper. Clayton had this piece of paper. Like, that's not the question. Answer the
maybe
question.
she should have, I don't know. Omar's in the chat. Omar, maybe you can answer this. Should Deandra have objected for non-responsiveness before she interrupted her? Is that what she should have done? Is that what you would normally do, is just say objection non-responsive and then tell her to answer it yes or no? Maybe she missed her objection. But I think it's legitimate to stop a witness who is not answering the question. So maybe there's a technical issue with the missing an objection there. We'll wait and see what Omar says. But here we go.
But it needs to be answered. Correct. It needs to be answered. I had an appointment scheduled with him that I did not attend, but I did have an appointment scheduled.
So when you say you were seen by a doctor, that's not the same as having an appointment scheduled, correct?
Correct.
So we would agree that you were dishonest when you said you were physically seen by Dr. Higley the Friday before the November 2nd hearing.
Correct. That's a very minor thing.
And this is when everyone gasped. Minor perjury. Everyone started singing it in their heads.
Stop.
Yeah, really.
So
You know,
it's never been seen
I mean, if
by-
this is good,
Oh, here's Laura interrupting again. She's just providing commentary now.
Also, she
I'm
started
not comfortable
talking
if
without a
this-
question.
if the JFC crew is going to be having reactions, honestly.
Okay, I'm going to stop the clock at this time. Counsel, you ask questions. Ma'am, you answer the questions. I could ask the gallery to please keep your
I
actions.
think I
I'm
can't.
still talking, ma'am. Keep your comments to a minimum or you will be asked to leave. Go ahead, counsel.
So who did the interrupting here? It certainly wasn't Deandra. It was Laura, who even interrupted the judge. And the judge said, I'm still talking. Excuse me, ma'am. Counsel asked the questions. You, ma'am, you answer the questions. Period. Did I miss Omar's answer? Hey, Omar, if you're not busy and you want to...
He's got an answer now. There it is.
Oh, you normally informally redirect to the fact it was a yes or no. And if she keeps non-responding, then you'd object. Okay. So, and move to strike the response. Okay. Then she didn't do anything wrong. Then Deandra didn't do anything wrong.
She could have gone
She
harder.
informally stopped her from... Yep. She could have asked to strike it from the record. So she didn't do anything wrong. So David's explanations, Jingy's explanations of why he was doing what he's doing don't hold water. Let's go back to hear what else he wants to tell tales about.
I have ringing in this ear really badly, and I've seen people say, why didn't you tell the judge beforehand about it? I didn't know how Deandra was going to handle things. I didn't know she was going to be that rude and disrespectful and interrupt a witness.
Wait, what do hearing problems have to do with being rude or disrespectful? Like, let's just say that was true.
Yeah,
that
hearing
Deandra-
problems are more about volume, not about whether somebody is
rudeness.
interrupting.
What does that have to do with being rude? Nothing. And also, he didn't know that this makes no sense. Let me back up a little bit.
Know how Deandra. I've seen people say, why didn't you tell the judge beforehand about it? I didn't know how Deandra was going to handle things. I didn't know she was going to be that rude and disrespectful and interrupt a witness. And, until it happened, why would I warn somebody about something I didn't know was going to happen?
That doesn't even make sense. What? So his hearing is dependent on whether people behave rudely or not? He can't hear if people are rude?
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't sound like a medical hearing problem. That sounds more like maybe, if you have some sort of ADHD where you can only concentrate on one source of conversation at a time versus two conversations, like at a party.
Yeah, this is
I don't
nuts.
know.
This is absolutely nutty.
I can hear fine when people are talking one at a time. When people are talking over each other and interrupting, it's like nails.
Oh, then you should have told your client to stop interrupting Deandra and the judge, because it was your client doing the interrupting, and he's trying to turn it around, gaslight you to make you believe Deandra did the interrupting, which we all just witnessed did not happen. It did not happen.
On a chalkboard in my brain. I can't hear. But again, did Judge Mata have the courtesy of asking me if there was an issue? No, she didn't.
It is on you to inform the judge that you are having an issue. She has no way of knowing that you are having a hearing problem, David, and you know this. It is on the person with the disability to speak up and advocate for themselves. There is no way anyone can see a hearing problem unless you wear hearing aids, and even then, sometimes you can't see them. There is no way a judge is supposed to know that you have a hearing problem. And Davey, Jingy, are you okay? Is there anything that the court can do for you, David? How can I help you down there?
I mean, there's
you're
an
waving your
infinite
arms.
number of things that the judge would have to be psychic about, and to ask about every single one would take until, 100 years from now to get through.
Maybe
So,
he should
yeah.
file a motion to compel Judge Mott at a lunch where he can tell her all about his handicaps and special needs. We are at 36 super chats, folks.
Yeah.
We are very close to making hate channels roll around on the floor, writhing in pain.
But
And all it takes is 50.
I mean, there may be some legit issue where people can't tease out multiple conversations happening at once. This actually came up in some drama on The Bachelor, on Clayton's season of The Bachelor.
Oh, this is
where,
interesting.
yeah, so basically, like, these two ladies had made shrimp, and this third lady ate too much of the shrimp, so everybody got mad
I
at
should
her.
not have taken a sip of coffee then.
Yeah, she was a villain because she ate all their shrimp.
Oh, God forbid.
So to
My
make
God,
up,
they're running out of
so
storylines over
to
there.
make up for being a villain, later, to make up for being the villain, she made her own shrimp and went to offer it, but all the ladies were in the hot tub having multiple conversations in the Big Bachelor hot tub, and so they didn't accept her shrimp. So she got really angry at them because she's like, I made shrimp and they didn't even acknowledge me or listen to me or talk to me. And the other person's response was that I have this ADHD thing where I can't hear multiple conversations at once. So I didn't even know she made the shrimp. I mean,
yes, he's a Bachelor fan. That doesn't mean that he's gay. Stop it now. Everyone can enjoy The Bachelor.
I mean,
You
if
should
you
have
join
dumped
my
it on him
only
in the-
antlers, I'll prove to you I'm not. But anyway,
J-Wig says, but why
not
are
that
you
there's
watching The
anything
Bachelor?
wrong with that.
Because how, not that there's anything wrong, because how on earth could you skip entertainment like that? She ate
Yeah.
ate all their shrimp.
Yeah,
Are you not hearing this?
Shrimpgate was a big deal.
Shrimpgate.
Yeah.
There was also Champagne Gate in one season that was very funny.
Oh yeah, Champagne Gate. Yeah, somebody opened somebody
used
else's champagne.
Somebody else's
and
bottle of champagne.
it exploded and got the champagne everywhere.
It
Yeah.
caused a huge problem. Omar says it's the gayest thing Bruce does. I mean,
Fine.
you're right though. I mean, it's like these produced. This is just making up drama for drama's sake. It has nothing to do with anything. None of this is real. None of this is real.
Well,
And
I think it's real because I think like they make the people in the house do the cooking and stuff. So I imagine they're all probably like starved half to death. They probably don't get enough water. They're probably just too much booze. I would probably go eat all the shrimp too. I mean, I don't know.
Oh man. And I think that Jingy here with it's really bizarre how he makes these claims that are demonstrably false that we can prove in minutes. That he's telling a totally different tale. They really are made for each other. They are MFEO, these two, made for each other. And they need to run away together because they are perfect for one another. They just the lies just come out of their mouths. They can twist reality any way they want to, and they just think that you're supposed to believe it. All right, let's hear what else he has to say.
If she had asked me if she had a good faith concern about coaching, all she had to do was ask. I would have said, Your Honor, Deandra is speaking over Laura. I can't have two people talking at the same time.
See, he couldn't have said that because that's not what happened. So that would have been interesting if the judge had said something to him and he tried to come up with that claim, because we all were there and that did not happen. All right. That's about all of him that I can take. I just have, I don't, let me see. Let me check my, my summary that AI made for me to see if there's anything. Oh, witness tampering. Do we want to hear what he said about witness tampering?
Sure.
Let's hear that part. That would be at 3319. God, I love AI. I can make AI tell me anything that's in a YouTube video without having to listen to it. I mean, do you guys know about notebooklm.google.com?
No.
Oh, you got to try it. You can upload a transcript and then just ask it questions about what's in the transcript. Make a summary. Tell me about witness where does he talk about witness tampering, and it will timestamp it for you and create a summary. It's incredible. 33. Here we go. This is about the witness tampering.
Folks, I don't. You look. You can hate me all you want. You can hate things I do. You cannot say, as Judge Mata said to the bar, without having the courtesy of asking me for my position on any of this. September 17th, Mata emails the bar and says Gingras is trying to interfere with a witness, get him not to show up. It looks like this was months earlier. This shows what I was doing, trying to do everything I could to respect Woodnick's right to have witnesses there that he wanted to call, while at the same time respecting Laura's rights not to have a guy.
Okay, for the record, he is showing here. I can show you now because he's not Is he doxing anybody here? No, it looks like the emails are hidden. Okay, for the record, he has pulled up not the email he sent to Mike Maricini. He's pulled up the email that he sent to Maricini's lawyer, Randy Sue. And in it, down here, it said, just to be clear, I am not under any circumstances suggesting Mr. Maricini should not participate in the trial if he has relevant information. All I'm saying is that if he wants to testify, he needs to do so in a manner that complies with the rules and the law. This is mandatory to ensure basic fairness on all sides. Finally, please note that it's a felony in Arizona for any person to unlawfully withhold testimony, to evade legal process to appear, and or to fail to appear when legally summoned. For avoidance of any doubt, nothing in this email should be construed as an attempt to cause Mr. Maricini not to appear. But then how he's just saying this so that he can claim I didn't attempt to intimidate him. But when you read the email that I'm not sure I have, I don't think I have it. I did have it at one point, the one that he sent to Michael Maricini, where he said, if you come, you're going to be arrested.
Then withdrew and then reinstated.
Look what it says. But if he continues within 100 yards if he comes within 100 yards of Laura without being compelled to appear with valid subpoena, then he will risk arrest and prosecution. At this point, he was laboring under the false assumption that Mike had not been subpoenaed. But even after he was told about it, he still threatened to have Mike arrested. I think I have that email. Hold on, let me see if I can find it, because I feel like I have it.
He didn't just threaten it, he tried to do it.
Brad, would you look on the Padlet for it? Because it should be there. The email to Mike Maricini threatening arrest.
I would say, out of all this communication, his action on June 10th of calling the Phoenix police was the biggest threat. Like, that action itself was a threat.
Yeah, that he actually did this. Yeah.
Because we were prior to the hearing at that time. So it was just an in-person threat as opposed to a written threat. The other thing I find interesting is he's complaining that Judge Mata didn't talk to him to get his opinion or arguments about all of this before filing her complaint, which is he wants to be held accountable for his intentions, not his actions, but he wants to hold other people accountable for their actions rather than their intentions, which is a double standard, I think, for him to do.
All right, let me see. I have found something. How are you doing, Brad? Are you finding anything?
I'm waiting for the Padlet to load because it's so big, it just takes forever.
Okay. Paste.
Attorney May.
I think I got it. I got it. Yep, I got it. All right. I've got the email to him asking him to talk to him. I've got the response from Mike saying, I don't want to talk to you. Let's see what else. There is one to him about being arrested.
Mike was subpoenaed on May 7th. May 9th. We got some emails.
Wait, he was subpoenaed on what day?
May 7th.
Okay, and on May 9th is what? Wait, what date did he send this to? Let me look. On May 9th, he was emailing Mike. Mike, please call me David. Just FYI, there's an ethical rule for lawyers. If you're represented, I need to talk to your lawyer. It's not clear to me who represents you, blah, blah, blah. I think you're not technically represented. And he's just asking for a permission to talk to him. Then Mike responded, I don't want to talk to you, basically. And then Gingras sent Greg an email with the offer to let. Wait, was that? No, this one is not from him. Let's see that. Who is that? Yeah, sent an email to Greg on May 8th. You said he was subpoenaed on the 7th?
Yeah.
All right. The email on the 8th from Jingy was saying he wanted to set up a call with Mike and offering one last thing. After talking to Laura about this, she said she has lots of questions for Mike. I told her my preference is to have her send me any specific questions and I'll see if he wants to answer them. She also said she's willing to speak to him directly, but that may not be appropriate in light of the restraining order. So he did suggest that these two actually speak to each other, and then he goes and threatens him with arrest.
In violation of the restraining order, no less.
Yeah. P.S. This goes without saying, but to the extent I suggested Mike would be arrested if he comes to court in Arizona, that suggestion is completely and totally withdrawn. I only said that because I didn't want Mike to show up without giving me the chance to at least interview him, as I would with any normal witness. What? I will stipulate, as long as Mike agrees to have a reasonable call to answer some questions, I'll stipulate and agree to his appearance in Arizona is not a violation of anything and will not expose him to arrest or any other legal consequence. And so that right there, first of all, he has no power to do that, to say, if he has a phone call with me, I won't call the cops on him. And then he didn't have the phone call with him because Mike said, I don't want to talk to you. You've been intimidating and horrible. Okay, bye, Brad. You've been intimidating and horrible to me, and I don't want to talk to you. So then he goes and calls the cops. He followed through on his threat. He followed through.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Oh. I haven't been able to locate the one that I believe he sent and either copied. Did he copy Mike? I think maybe it's the one to Pollock that he read. I think that it might as, I mean, she obviously forwarded that to Mike. So for Mike, it's a direct threat to him that he's saying, if he shows up either as a spectator or as a non-subpoenaed witness, Laura will ask the Phoenix police to have Mr. Maricini immediately arrested. And this is after the subpoena was issued. Subpoena was issued on the 7th. I'm sorry, this is one day before the subpoena was issued. He sent that on the 6th. Then the subpoena is issued on the 7th. And then he tells Gingras, oh, it's totally withdrawn. And then he calls the cops.
Yeah.
This is
what I'm wondering is, did he interview any other witnesses?
He tried to, I think he tried the same crap with Greg Gillespie. He tried getting Greg on the phone. Yeah.
Did he interview Dr. Deans or Clayton Eckerd? These were the people that actually testified.
I don't know. I don't know if he did the same thing with Deans.
Because to me, if he's going through all this with such bluster and bravado, but he's not doing it to all the witnesses, it seems like it's not because he wants to interview them. It seems like it's because he wants to play this PR intimidation game.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't have, I don't think it had anything to do with actually, getting anything straight. He knew what they were going to say. He knew damn well what they were going to say, that she's a pregnancy faker. That's what they were going to say. I don't know if there's anything else here I want to hear.
Guy with a restraining order against him, come within 300 feet. It's just, this stuff isn't that complicated, guys. I mean, it just, I think I did the right thing.
No, you didn't. And also, Laura was in no danger of any of those guys in a courtroom surrounded by SWAT teams, court security. There's no, and none of them wanted anything to do with her. They were all staying as far away from her as possible. And they would like to keep it that way. All right, guys, oh my gosh, 43 super chats, you guys. We are so
Nice.
close. We are so close to 50. And although I haven't unstarred the ones I already read, so now I have to go through them and see which one I didn't read.
It just blows my mind every time that he's like, oh, Laura will talk to Mike. If I had a restraining order against someone, there's no way I would want to talk to them. There are people I don't want to talk to, and I don't even have restraining orders against them. Like David Gingras, for one.
K-Dubs member for 6 months. Thanks for being a member. The torch is effective and a lot of fun. I've never tried it on them, but I'm about to because I'm really upset about it. Wendy Bono, thanks for the 5. Hi, Megan, Brad, and chat. Enjoy your family and friends. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Let's see. I got that one. For the crazy morning hair, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Patrick. Appreciate that. I got that one. That was a new member. Why are they out of order now? What did I do? Okay, Sergeant Schultz, thanks to the 2. You need a bug assault gun. They shoot table salt. I have one. And somehow it got jammed and it doesn't work anymore, but I need to get a new one because those are really fun. Like, have you ever tried the bug assault gun?
I have not.
Oh my God. You put table salt in it and you just shoot bugs, and it's like a mini shotgun, and it just blows out the table salt and it takes them right out of the air. It's amazing. They're great. They're absolutely great. David Woodmansey, thanks for the 5. I'm back at the start. Judge Mata getting jingy with it. That's funny. Shizzy Wisna, thanks for the 2. Did I hear the LOL of shame? Caitlin Boyd, thanks for the 5. Internet lawyer said I wasn't coaching her. I was just doing hand motion to tell her to stop talking. 1705 timestamp from his video going over this. Right. Well, I wasn't coaching her. I was just coaching her. That's exactly
A equals not A.
That's what Bruce did. I got to write this down for my video I want to work on about how Bruce, and David Jingy are basically soul twins. And this is going to be one of those things because Bruce does the same thing. Let's see. Pumpkin Farm, thanks for the 2. On your way to 100 chats. All the best.
All the best.
All right. Jenny Norlin says, thanks for the sexy money. Bruce, I love your voice.
Ooh.
You do have a good
Ladies
voice.
and gentlemen.
Wendy A, thanks for the 5. Could you tell if the hand gestures were on the Zoom version? Unfortunately, I guess they couldn't. I have not seen the Zoom version or whatever the court footage was. Did you ever see the actual court footage version of this?
Yeah, I did. My understanding is that because the cameras are generally following people around and stuff like that, you don't have a good clip of hand motions from that video.
Where is that? Is that posted somewhere?
Yeah, I think it's on the Schnitzel Ninja page.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Let me see. Because then we'll be able to see because we know exactly where the timestamp should be, or at least close to it. Schnitzel Ninja. Oh yeah, sure enough. Yeah, the cameras kept switching back and forth. All right, hold on. Let's see. Is the audio any better on let's see.
I think it's a little better.
Oh yeah, see, they have him cut out. There's no Jingy. There's my sister.
Correct.
Yeah, because they're basically going to be going between this view and then the witness view.
Yeah. So he wasn't on camera. See, this is a different camera angle. So the camera is facing them, but it's cutting off whoever is next to them. So I'm not sure I ever watched this version. I may need to go over this on the show. I don't think we watched this version, and it sounds like the audio might be a little better on her. Let me see if I can hear her.
24, claiming the correct date for this already doctored ultrasound was actually July 2nd of 2020.
Yeah, her audio is better.
Correct.
It's tinny, but it's
So
better.
I want to get this straight, Ms. Owens. You initially claimed you had an ultrasound at Planned Parenthood on July 7th, which you doctored to say it was from Smile, right?
Correct.
Then the story changes again, and you claim that the ultrasound image should actually be dated.
Oh yeah, that audio is so much better. I'm gonna have to go and rewatch that. We'll have to do that sometime after Thanksgiving. Karen Cars 10, thanks for the 5. I noticed that Laura is skilled at using trigger words like harassing videos. She does it a lot in nearly every communication. Yep, she does.
She loves her extraneous adjectives. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Also, I don't
Fair-
know where
fair
she,
for all things.
this sonogram. This one always, because we found out where all the other ones came from, but this one, like, I don't know exactly where she got it, but she needs to return the mimeograph to my 5th grade teacher.
Yeah, I think this one may have been stretched, or the reason why we can't find it in a Google reverse search is that it's been manipulated enough to not come up. I think that's the only reason why we haven't been able to find it. But we found, people have found ones that are real close.
Yeah, I've seen some that are similar. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair for all, thanks for the 5. Turkey stuffing money. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're so close, you guys. We're at 44 super chats. Stephanie B, thanks for the 5. She said, I thought 102 was pregnant, then said she changed it to 132 to prove she's pregnant. She knew the levels. Why change it if 102 was sufficient? Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to see. Fake Laura Owens, thanks to the 5. I like spatchcocking. Mix in some Netflix, wine, and dark chocolate. It's a great Saturday night. All the best. All the best.
Oh my.
David Woodmansey, thanks to the 5. Jingy is propounding since Clayton didn't propound Laura. Oh my God. That's good. Adventure with Robin C, thanks to the 5. Thank you for your prompt laughter in this matter. King Bob, thanks for the 2. Turkey gravy money. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Karen Cars 10, thanks for the 2. The judge was taking notes, not looking at Dingus. Well, she saw him do this because I saw him do that too. And here she is in the bar complaint saying she saw him make an X over his body and draw his arms out, which is exactly what I showed you guys that he did.
This is a good point, though, that if the judge was taking notes at some parts, there were times she wasn't looking directly at him as well. She could have also been looking at the witness. I mean, she's not just staring at Gingras the whole hearing. Like, that's a little creepy.
Right. I'm sure, though, that those arm movements he was doing that I saw were big enough to catch her attention. And so if she was looking at something else, she would have seen that. Hey, Joe, thanks for the 10. Gobble, gobble, cash. Excellent. Puzzled puzzler. Maybe he's used to using semaphore communication. See Monty Python semaphore version of Wuthering Heights. I've never seen that one, so I don't get the joke yet, but I'll have to look it up later. Frenchie's mom, GB, thanks for the 6 super sticker. Appreciate you. Tie Sticks, thanks for the 2. Let's make them eat their hats. Tie Sticks 2, thanks for the 2, and their gloves. Tie Sticks, thanks to the 2, and their words. Tie Sticks 2, even though their feet are already in mouth. All right, Debbie Marie, thanks to the 10. Happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for all the laughter you share. Well, laughing is all we can do these days in this clown world. It really is. With all the absurdity going on around us, you're either going to laugh or you're going to cry, and I choose to laugh. I
Just got to put one foot in front of the other and not in your mouth. Hopefully.
Not in your mouth, or do not shoot yourself in the foot either, the way that Jingy and BBB tend to do.
Unless it's that bug salt gun.
Tie Sticks, thanks for the 20. Chew on this one, haters. So good. Wendy Bono, thanks to the 2. She just wanted to see and speak to Mike again. Oh, that's so scary. And K-Dubs, thanks to the 10. F the haters. You guys, we are at 45 super chats. There's only 5 more to go. 5 more. How could you pass it up? If we hit 5 more, if there are 5 more super chats that come in, the haters are going to, that they get, blasted back to their coffins underneath, underground or wherever the hell they sleep at night in the swinger areas where they are. I found out some hilarious information about one of the Blunder twins. I don't know if you've been paying any attention to this other story, but
just on the periphery.
Yeah. So not only does one of them have is a self-described sadist who leads men around on dog leashes, wearing dog masks, and she's a leather aficionado. The other one posted a video on her that is still up a year ago from the villages in Florida, which are famous for swinging and STDs. There's articles.
Oh dear.
It's a retirement village, and they have all these articles about the swinging that goes on there. No, for real. I'm not joking at all.
Like you retire and you're just like, I'm close to death, so I'm just gonna do everything. Like I just give up. Is that
Yeah. And there's literal video of her driving around in a golf cart with colored loofahs attached to it. And there's articles in the paper about the loofah code at the villages.
Oh, the color code. This is like when the kids would go to the rave and the wristbands would say what they're into or whatever. Is that a thing?
Yes, that's exactly it. And the colors were pink and black, and they stand for different things. Black means everything goes, and pink means I like people in the room. It's very interesting what we have going on here. There's some serious craziness happening.
There's some interesting things. I really can't talk about those things because if I do, Omar is going to start saying that I'm into those things on Friday's Family Law After Dark. So I have to be very careful. He already thinks I'm into feet.
If you want to hear a hilarious, here's what he should do on Family Law After Dark. Find a case from the villages in Florida. There's got to be a ton of them over there. I get it. I bet it's hilarious. There's got to be some angry swingers that sued somebody. Find those cases and read those, because it is an absolute hilarity. The senior citizens and their loofah codes for their swinging parties and the
Well, I'm going to delegate the research on that one to Dominic, but we'll get him on the job. We'll get him working on it.
See if he can find it. There's got to be a lawsuit in there somewhere. You know that when you've got a bunch of senior citizens swinging, somebody's going to break a hip.
Oh, well, even some of the things we go over are just people who are like, should I get a divorce, or I'm in a situation, what should I do? And they just post to Reddit with their crazy stories.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I know. I love
it. Doesn't even have to be a court case. It could just be somebody like,
Jesus,
hey, I'm down in the village of Florida.
Oh my
this
God.
is what's going on, and what should I do?
Let's look up the villages on Reddit swinging stories. I know there have to be some. Here's a Reddit page. Has anyone got any crazy stories about the villages? And somebody goes, a 60-year-old beat up an 80-year-old halfway to death over a parking space and is now serving his retirement locked up.
No.
Oh, that's terrible. The villages is so fun. There's so much stuff that goes on at the villages. It is absurd. This is in our Florida, by the way. Of course, Florida Man on Reddit has all of these things. The dark reality of the villages on Reddit. Suburb residents call paradise. Oh, there's so much, you guys. Who knew? Here, this is the thing I was going to show you. Look, check this out. Loofah code at Florida's largest retirement community. More about confused than enthused. The story making the rounds these days about how people who live in the villages, Florida's biggest retirement complex, convey their kinky partner swapping schmexual appetites by placing color-coded loofah puffs on their cars and golf carts, because they all drive around in golf carts.
Oh, of course.
A Reddit thread even goes as far as they don't link it. Why didn't they link the Reddit thread? That would have been hilarious. Identifying the loofah code, spelling out the 7 loofah colors, and just what each of them means. Spoiler alert, purple poofs just like to watch. This is, of course, one of those stories that is too good to be true, and just the latest chapter in the folkloric canon of sex-sodden tales that collect so easily at the sprawling 3-county, 76,000 resident, 55 and over community that bills itself as Florida's friendliest hometown. And here's the code.
Oh, you got to be over 55. Okay, I've been marked safe from this community today.
Oh my God. Okay. And yes, some of those stories are true. Like the one about the couple who were caught in flagrante delicto in a metal utility box near a street intersection at 8:30 in the morning.
How about them Italian nachos?
Or another pair of villagers, hold on,
And this will get awkward.
who were arrested for having public outdoor schmecks in a town square pavilion that was otherwise used as a location for Republican candidates such as Rick Scott, Mitt Romney, and Sarah Palin to give political speeches. Oh God. With live music and alcohol flowing nightly and older leisure-seeking adults looking to be friendly. There's more to life than pickleball there.
Oh my gosh.
Every
Well, kids, this is where Sarah Palin gave a great speech, and your grandma and I banged.
you put a bunch of people in a terrarium with beer and Viagra and things will happen. Oh God. Ray Arisman, who publishes the Inside the Bubble blog about life in the villages, wrote that the news stories about residents using loofahs to signal their schmexual appetites aren't true. Well, that's weird because the Blunder twins were rolling around in a golf cart with loofahs on it in the villages, cracking jokes about swinging.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just wearing wristbands, you could just call it fashion. But like, if you're driving around and you have two very specific loofahs on your golf cart, like that's not really fashion, is it? I mean, I don't know.
No.
Like, what
no.
other excuse do you have for that sort of thing?
Oh God, it's so funny. It's so funny. It's just so funny. But by the way, this is not the only article about the villages and their issue. I remember there was another one. There was like an STD outbreak and there was like public service announcements. Look at this. This is the Tampa Bay Times. And we've got, why is the villages known as the STD capital of America? Unpacking the most notorious myth about Florida's largest retirement community. Friends up north and across Tampa Bay snickered when Brian Lafferty revealed where he'd bought a new home. His 30-year-old daughter in Boston called to express concern. Even his ex-wife asked him about it. Without exception, every person I've told I bought a house in the villages has asked the same thing. Isn't that the STD capital of the United States? I like how they keep calling it folklore, but this shit is happening. There are people being arrested for public sex at the villages. It's happening.
This poor guy's daughter that she had to make that phone call. Dad, what's going on down there? Literally and figuratively.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. And this is not the only, you guys, there was like an entire, I remember there was like a ton of stories about this being there being STD outbreaks, and they were doing public outreach to senior citizens in Florida. Like the state of Florida was reaching out to senior citizens to say, hey, calm down and also use protection, because just because you're old doesn't mean you can't get STDs.
Yeah. Like they had to stop fighting mosquitoes and fighting alligators for a hot minute just to, do this. Yeah. That's a big deal.
Oh man, look, I have these are pieces of wisdom that I hang on to live a good life. And this is just me, this is just how I feel. But I really feel very strongly that swinging is a bad idea. Always a bad idea. It's not cracked up to what you think it's going to be. Bad consequences generally come after this happens. And if you want proof of that, just go on Reddit and read the polyamory stories. Read what actually happens, because it doesn't go well. I bet you've done some of these on the After Dark thing. I bet there's polyamory on the After Dark.
Family Law After Dark show with Omar. We've gone
it
over
never works.
Quite a few of these. Yeah.
It never works. Oh my gosh, we're up to 58 super chats. Oh, the Blunder swingers are going to have an absolute meltdown. I mean, Blunder twins. This is great. You did it. You did it. All right, where am I? We have to get on. Where did I leave off?
Was that a thing? Did someone challenge you, or is that a?
Yeah,
it's just for fun. Or?
They were upset the other night that how there's that new goal you can set on Super Chats.
Oh yeah, you can do goals. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I did set it the other day. I don't have it set right now. I just forgot to turn it on. But I tried it because YouTube was asking us as creators to use it and report back on how it worked for us. And so I did, and I set it because I'm a positive person. The highest number you can set it for a goal is 50. So I just chose 50.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a high opinion of my chat. They're super generous, and I didn't think 50 was out of the bounds of a possibility. Mm-hmm.
And you get what, up to 3 hours for it, or what?
I think so. Like yeah. You have a time limit. Let's see. What's the time limit? It's 3 hours. Yeah. You can do 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, whatever. So I set it for 50, and these channels, they stream about me constantly. That's all they do. I'm their entire content is all about me and what this other case I'm covering.
Mm-hmm.
And they love to make up stories and stuff. And they spent like 30 minutes complaining that I had set my goal at 50 super chats. And so I was determined that the next time I came back, I was going to set it to 100, but it doesn't go that high.
Yeah.
So last night we did it on Tug's channel and he got 137 super chats.
Oh, geez, hot. This one goes to 11. Nice.
Yeah, so it was funny. It was funny. It was a good time. And so, yeah, now that I know that super chats really bothered them, you know, let's effing go, folks. Let's effing go. We're at 58. This is great. Fake Laura Owens says, I get fruit flies sometimes too. A quick shower with some horse soap clears it up.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
I wonder if they hate horse soap. They might. That might work. I might have to try it.
Was this stuff called Orvis or something? It's like a paste. You like mix it with water.
Ivermectin?
that?
Does ivermectin? We can't buy that anymore.
It's
We're
like a
not allowed.
cleaner for dogs and horses and stuff.
Crafts with Nightingale, thanks for the 99-cent super sticker. Appreciate you. Tie Sticks, thanks for the $1. Appreciate you too. E. Poindexter, thanks for the 5. Seems he has preponderance of confusion. He did anything wrong. I like
Right.
that. Wendy Bono, 4 to go. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Marie Walters, thanks for the 2. Just because I can. Happy Turkey Day. I appreciate you. Karen Cars, 10, thanks for the 5. LO likes to set traps like she's willing to speak to MM directly. Yeah. K-Dubs, thanks for the 10. I'm still disturbed by that video. Which video?
Yeah,
We watched so many.
Both of these cases have disturbing videos.
That's true. John Stuber, thanks to the 5. Happy Thanksgiving, Megan. My anxiety is through the roof.
I have anxiety over the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Jojo, thanks for the 10. Thanks for the laughs while I work. Joanne, thanks for the 2. Prayers for my girl, Operation Day 28. Yes, prayers for whoever needs it. And Puzzle Puzzler, thanks for the 5. Semaphores are using flag positioning with your arms to communicate letters, similar to, like YMCA, similar to Morse code, but waving your
Yeah,
arms.
because a lot of times on boats, you can see the other people, but you can't hear them. So you just do that.
Gotcha. John Stuber, thanks for the 5. I guess penicillin shots are a daily thing at the villages. They probably have the nurses come by with the IV bags for the penicillin to just straighten your veins, after the Saturday night parties on the green in the gazebo. Fake Laura Owens, way to wrap up the super chats. Thanks for the 5. Here are all the colors of Jingy's loofahs.
Oh, no.
All right, that's it for me, folks, today. I got to get out of here. I got to get packed for my trip. We're going out of town to spend Thanksgiving with family. I will not be back with you until after the holiday weekend. So please have a wonderful holiday. Bruce, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful
Anytime.
holiday.
Yeah, you too.
And we will see you later. What should I leave you with? Oh, you know what? Since we did the super chat thing, I'm going to have to leave you with breadstick money. We haven't heard breadstick money in a long time. You ready for it?
Sounds good.
There you go.
Yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Give me that breadstick money, honey. Breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Unlimited supply coming at you on the fly. With that goopy super cash making them cry. We're taking all our honeys to Olive Garden, spreading breadstick money like fire in the oven. Give me that never-ending solid amount of strong meat. Can't get enough since it's raining only money. $1.99 times 100 fat stacks. Hanging on the mic, spitting mad facts. Making jokers mad cause they never gotta laugh. Cracking people's sides, making liars take a bath. On the mic daily and nightly, holding it tightly. Poking the mighty plane in our T-Go teeth. Register ringing, pocket singing, subscribers opinion, we just here screaming. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That goopy cash, honey, yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That goopy cash, honey, yeah. We're the pond skunk posse, swimming around, diving deep for the truth that's buried underground. Short, skinny jeans, latte in the blender. Swiping through the news, it's so fake, call it pretender. Reddit bros blowing journals out the water. Bringing big news like some Upper East Enders. No Rolls, no Benz, no Lambo. Budget 2 pounders and for the breadstick money, yeah. Give me that goopy cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Give me that goopy cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money. for the truth that's buried underground. Short, skinny jeans, latte in the blender. Swiping through the news, it's so fake, call it pretender. Reddit bros blowing journals out the water, breaking big news like some Upper East Enders. No rolls, no pins, no Lambo budget. 2 pound does it for the breadstick money, yeah. Give me that groupie cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Give me that groupie cash, honey, yeah. Breadstick money, yeah. Yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That groupie cash, honey, yeah. Give me breadstick money, yeah. That groupie cash, honey, yeah.